Welcome to video 1, the rubber band man. Alright guys, so in this video and in this week we're going to be talking a lot about how do we gauge the momentum, okay? How do we find out when we need to prepare to get into the market again, okay? So in this particular video we're going to be going over something called the rubber band man. Now this is an iconic character that I had created in the original Mastering Price section, and I'm going to re-explain it here as well as we touch base a little bit more on it. Okay, so who the rubber band man is I want you to imagine a person like this. Let me get the arrow out. There's an individual, okay? I'm just going to draw him really roughly. And around his waist is a rubber band pulling him back, okay? Is a rubber band pulling him back. And every time he runs, the rubber band, whenever he gets tired, the rubber band will pull him back, and we will see how far does he get pulled back, or does he have the energy to stay alive. So if he comes back till here, we can say he ran from here all the way to here, and now he's tired, but he's holding grounds as much as possible. He's resting 20% of the move he ran. And then when he runs again, if he's able to break his own previous record, we can then say the rubber band man has some power. He's got some strength. He can run. But if he's going up just a little bit higher, and then he comes down, and he comes very, very low, then he goes up, and then he comes down, would you say this runner that went from here to here still has energy to sustain? No. He's slowing down and he's getting ready to call it quits, or the expression is to throw in the towel or give up, right? This is how we're going to be using it with the markets as well, to understand a similar situation of the markets, of when it's preparing to call it quits or roll over, basically. Okay, so let's use this particular example as New Zealand USD on the 15-minute charts here. So let's say in this one, just out of assumption that we had an entire range from Asia and London, and then New York opens and New York takes it out. Okay, New York opens and takes it out, assuming this is your trading time frame. Okay, it takes it out. Fundamental says US dollar is very strong, etc., etc., etc. Now the next day, the market starts to range, and from the range it starts to pull back, right? Remember, the range is your best friend. It always activates stuff. Okay, so from the range it starts to pull back, and we start to see a higher high, higher low sequence. Because in this area we don't see a higher high, higher low sequence. Everything's the same height, everything's almost the same low. But over here we finally get that higher high, higher low sequence. So as the rubber band, you can look at it only as he's running upwards, okay? But if you believe in this one, with the news and all your research is done, you know you have to sell. But currently the rubber band man is running to the north. He's running upwards. Whenever he's done, we will get ready to sell. Okay, so instead of thinking of support and resistance and supply and demand and all kinds of stuff, you can simply think of this character in your mind and keep it very simple, very easy, so that way you don't get lost into, should I enter now? It's reached support and resistance. Should I enter now? Should I enter now? So you can use this character to tell you when is the right time. So the market goes up. He runs from here all the way to approximately this highest point in a single run. He's running, and he stops. Okay? Now let's take this out. I'm just going to show this to you right here. That's his run that he did. Okay? After that, he's done some resting. He's resting. He didn't make a higher high. He's resting. Okay, now let me move this aside too. Okay, how much rest is he doing? Looks like 50%, right? He's resting 50%. Okay, so let's see what happens next. He then runs up again. He doesn't make a higher high compared to his last maximum potential, just like a breach, right? So last maximum potential, he doesn't make a higher high. Let me get rid of this thing here. Let me draw it again. And he tries again. He runs, doesn't go. But then he runs again, makes a bit of a higher high, doesn't go. He runs, makes a bit of a higher high, and then he comes crashing down till there. Now let me move all of this to the side so you can see it. Okay, there's that. There's that. And now his final piece right here. Notice how he did make a higher high from his last attempt, but look at the way he's running this time. Last time when he ran, it was smooth, no disturbance. But now he's running, he's tired, he's running, he's tired, he's running. And after that, he comes all the way crashing back down almost 70, 80%. It's almost as if he couldn't even stay on the other side of his previous record. He couldn't go more properly. Okay? This is showing signs of he's tired, he's done. Okay? Once you get that idea, he's tired, he's finished, it is only then you begin your preparation to find out when you need to enter. And since you know their range is your best friend, around this area, you will always see a range. Okay? You will always see a range. And that will tell you the big boys are loading back up. Okay? So all you're doing is you're watching your little rubber band man do the pullback, and then once he's done, you're preparing to spot when you need to enter based on the final piece of the range. Okay? Alright, so let's move on to the next video.